Hello, I'm Dave Munoz Mata, and this is Amy Nunez, my educator scholar. And FLAIR stands for Financial Literacy and Advancement for RGV Equity. And what is the purpose of FLAIR? FLAIR is for FLAIR. The purpose of FLAIR is for FLAIR advocates to cultivate financial literacy for teens by providing positive learning experiences in the Rio Grande Valley. And so why financial literacy? I'm just gonna go over a bit of my story. My mom and I first moved as a boy and looking for a better future. However, that future looked murky. Why? Because of a lack of financial literacy. Not only did my mom not know about retirement and she couldn't create a 401k or create retirement funds in order to build generational wealth, but she also had a difficulty with budgeting. And this bit difficulty with budgeting led to the pandemic being extremely difficult because during that time, my mom had just gotten through a divorce and she had no assets to boot. And so me and her were stretched to the brink financially. And this eventually led my mom to tell me, "Hey David, can you give me some help about financial literacy?" And we created a budget plan. We created a budget that could last us with the $4,000 of stimulus. We created a budget plan, and that led us to create a budget plan to create 6 months. It lasted us 6 months, and this was really important because this reinforced the interest of financial literacy and the interest that, hey, maybe financial literacy could change things. And even if we couldn't have a job because she worked at a True Fit, and maybe she did not have like all these resources, that we could change something and that we could make something out of nothing. And so this eventually was reinforced, even more reinforced at the Aspen Ideas Festival, which inspired me to create, when I got through a presentation, a panel called Meet the Disruptors, that inspired me to create Flair, to make others learn to budget and to generate wealth and to invest wisely. And so let's go over a bit of RGV demographics. So the median household income in the RGV is $41,000 per year, and the poverty rate is 21%. And because the income is barely above the poverty line, many are susceptible to debt due to a lack of disposable income. And this is really important because it has been found that an increase in financial literacy has a positive impact on alleviating income poverty and asset poverty in the rural households. And because the poverty rate is 21%, I believe that by teaching younger people how to do financial literacy, that we could create a much more positive impact in the RGV. And this relates to the project because our mission is to cultivate financial literacy. And I've seen here 20% of all young people do not know a single thing about financial literacy, and we need to change this.
FLAIR has partnered with community organizations and businesses to develop leadership and build a strong knowledge base of financial literacy. We are excited to have the support of Ms. Berta Garza of BFCC, who acts as a mentor to David. We have the support of Mr. Jose Aleman of Frost Bank, who is providing financial literacy training to the team. And our partnership with the McAllen Public Library will allow for the ideal location for our event, which is already familiar to the community. Our efforts to develop a sustainable event includes the development of underclassmen advocates who will continue with the team next year. Our team was developed with the traditional school club setup. We have a president, a vice president, a secretary, and a treasurer. Within these roles, we have integrated the crucial components of planning the event. We currently have a blend of seniors and underclassmen who have consistently attended FLAIR meetings and events. In addition to the community change project that we are planning, FLAIR advocates wanted to provide financial literacy education throughout the school year on campus. This began with a session on the CSS profile for seniors, which you see here David leading, a money bag activity where students walked away with educational materials, and 2 upcoming sessions where students will learn about building credit and purchasing a car. FLAIR advocates have also participated in community outreach events, such as our campus's Trunk or Treat event, where they handed out bilingual financial literacy brochures along with candy. So we had little ones and their families walking away with something they, both needed. And before the holiday break in December, FLAIR advocates rallied their classmates and collected snack items for Mujeres Unidas, a shelter for victims of domestic violence in the Rio Grande Valley.
And so I'm going to go over the big event, which is on April 20th. And this is called Dinero Discussions, in which learning opportunities and hands-on learning activities are going to be promoted to students. And it's going to be similar to the game of life. And it is a high impact and fun event in which students learn more about financial literacy. And the idea is that students will learn and apply their learning and network with each other in order to gain important skills for the real world.
It's important to note that the McAllen Public Library is playing a key role here as they already host multiple teen events. And so they've brought us on board and partnered with us in a setting where many teens in our area already feel very comfortable.
And so how we're going to get data? So for our quantitative data, we're going to create a pre-survey and a post-survey in order to measure the financial literacy before and after of many students that took the event. And the qualitative data was really important as we're going to take participant takeaways and feedback from the team in order to further improve our event in later years. And so this is if you have any further inquiries, please email flair.rgv@gmail.com and to check out our Instagram and to check out the things we've been doing, flair.rgv. Thank you.
Thank you.